So Borderlands 4 comes out in 6 days, and I promise you I'm not going to spend this entire video talking about how Borderlands and the myriad of other games coming out are going to kill Destiny 2. Because how many times has that conversation been had, and it's still there? I'm not saying it should be. Obviously, the way things have been handled might be deserving of the game not existing anymore, or at the very least, more shakeups at the company as far as people who are in charge goes. And obviously, we've only had the one person recently get politely ostracized from the company as opposed to being fired long ago. But regardless of that, there is already some really good competition for Destiny 2, and I have to start with the most recent one and probably the most prominent because it's a mobile game that uses Destiny's own assets, and it is so much better than Destiny 2 in a lot of respects. Now, don't get me wrong, there are obviously some things that Destiny Rising could never pull off. And you look at the visuals that Destiny 2 has, they're amazing. Mobile games obviously are not going to touch that, at least not in our current state. But from what I've heard from Destiny Rising, is that it's just a better version of Destiny 2. And maybe that's not the best way to put it, because it makes you think, oh, it has everything D2 has and it just tunes it up. Not 100% true. It just has more to do, which I guess it shouldn't blow my mind considering how large of a company NetEase is. Now, I don't think all of these employees listed here worked on Destiny Rising. Obviously, there are some employees working on other projects, but NetEase, according to macrotrends.net, has 26,028 employees, which, yeah, if we go ahead and compare that to Bungie, it's paltry. It's really astonishing, the difference. I'm pretty sure the Bungie employee count is somewhere around 850. I could be wrong on that. It could be a little bit higher or a little bit lower. That was the number we were given after the layoffs around last year with Final Shape. So I'm gonna guess it's, maybe closer to 800 or 900 now. I know they did hire some QA staff, clearly not enough, but it's better than nothing, I guess. And obviously the departure of Pete Parsons will take away from that number, as well as Chris Proctor, who I believe left the company after episode Heresy. So there's a lot of exchanging. It very well could have just stayed the same. Regardless, NetEase has the manpower advantage, and it's not even close. Now you ask, should NetEase help Bungie develop some D2 stuff? Yeah, that would be amazing. If we go back to some older Destiny 2 content, High Moon Studios, as well as Vicarious Visions, did help out on different projects early in Destiny 2's history, and High Moon Studios worked on the Tangled Shore, as well as creating new strikes in The Taken King. It was also confirmed in 2018 that High Moon Studios was working on Destiny 2's first expansion, Forsaken, by creating the Tangled Shore destination, Scorn enemy combatants, and the expansion's story. This, of course, allowed Bungie to work on everything else, whether it be PvP balancing or the gun design, as well as the Dreaming City, right? Forsaken is one of the only DLCs where we got two destinations in one, and Dreaming City was, of course, known as the endgame destination, which is something that would be really cool to see in a Destiny game once again. So yeah, collaborate with NetEase, bring some of the stuff from Destiny Rising, like Sparrow Racing League and fishing and dual wielding, bring some of that stuff into the Destiny 2 universe. And, obviously we don't have to bring everything from Destiny Rising, because there are some things that will work, there are some things that won't work, and I just think it's a really good idea because it's still your own IP. It's embarrassing to have a mobile game, and I'm not saying mobile games shouldn't be good. Of course, if you can make a good mobile game, go for it. But Destiny 2 is a AAA game, and it's getting outclassed by a mobile game. it's just not a good look. At first, I'll admit, I was very skeptical of Destiny Rising, right? It's a gacha game. It uses AI voices for its characters. There are a lot of things that might make you think twice about playing it. But at a time where playing Destiny 2 itself is thoroughly enjoyable, why would you not think about playing something that's so eerily similar and just has more to do and is a more enjoyable grind? Granted, something that some people have said about it, and something that I noticed, and if you've played, you might have noticed, you don't have the same level of build crafting that you do in Destiny 2, which is a very nice thing. You're locked into this character and their abilities, and it's kind of like, well, the closest thing that I can think of, I've never really played any game like this, maybe, or at least not in a long time, but you know, that you have the Arc Hunter, and then you have a Solar Hunter. There's no crossover, you don't have your Prismatics, you can't just have one character and swap between subclasses. You just swap between characters, and you get the other characters through opening something in the store, I'm not sure what. But there are obvious differences that make the games better or worse, depends on your taste per se. But for sure, Destiny Rising has the most competition with Destiny 2 because it's such... I mean, it's literally just Destiny in a mobile game form, and of course you can emulate it onto your PC and play it there. Now, we talk about Borderlands 4 and how really the crossover is just... It's a looter shooter, right? And it has a story. They'll do usually a good amount of DLC for Borderlands. Usually it has a steep fall off, and that's when everyone who maybe dabbles in both franchises will come back to Destiny 2, which is why it's really rough if you're Bungie dropping Ash and Iron just a few days before Borderlands 4 comes out. That's just not good timing whatsoever. But regardless, I do think those people will come back after Bungie's got their heads on straight. Of course, it'll be a lot easier to level after Ash and Iron, which might bring some people back. I don't think nearly as much as they're hoping for. It would be very cliche of me to say that there's a lot riding on Renegades, and in part, yeah, of course that's true. You know, we're seeing lows, and you need to bring back the player base if you want to have a chance. This is where we make Bungie bleed the most. And what I mean by that is not actually bleed. I mean, of course, money-wise, they are suffering right now. And they need to wake up and make significant changes in order to fix these problems. And I think without these games coming out, they would have to do this anyway. Because, again, Destiny Rising would still take a majority of your players away. I'm sure people would rather be doing or attempting a hitless Elden Ring run than playing Destiny 2 right now, because at least in that sense you're actually getting mechanically better at Elden Ring, and you can just be like, let me solo her, essentially. But with Destiny 2, you're just getting faster at running solo ops right now, and obviously that's not enjoyable at all. And so the current issues that Destiny has will only be exacerbated by the fact that there are so many games coming out and they're all looking really, really good. So again, this is just a friendly message to Bungie, to devs alike. Please keep doing your best to tell your bosses that they need to wake the fuck up. And to those bosses, you guys have killed this game. It shouldn't be about making money and cut. It should be about making a good game for your fans who have been with you for the long run. And I can already read the comments from certain people. Yeah, I might go play Warframe. Probably not though, because again, there are just so many good games that are coming out, and Hollow Knight also looks really fun. And in that case, I probably won't play Warframe, but I do have a variety channel set up. I have like one short uploaded on it for now, and more content planned in the future. Just nothing concrete right now because I honestly don't know what to do with it. But I'm sure I'll come up with something. That will be in the description below. If you're wondering what type of games I'm going to end up playing on that, well, I already said Borderlands will probably be one. Hollow Knight at some point. I'm currently finishing up Metaphor Refantasio, which I've been playing off stream, and man, that game sucked me in, and I hope I don't get sucked into Final Fantasy, because that is a time drainer for sure. Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4, because you're probably listening to some Toby Fox background music right now. We love Toby Fox in this house. Of course, I might try Ninja Gaiden for Marvel Rivals. I might do some videos on that. It will just be a grab bag essentially, but mostly games like that. Maybe some Apex too. I know I stream a lot on this channel of games of that sort, and I'll try to move those, at least those YouTube streams, to that channel. But if you want to catch any of that on my main Twitch, that's also in the description below. But yeah, I'll always try to give Destiny and Bungie the benefit of the doubt, but the doubt sometimes just outweighs the benefit, and it's right now so uneven. Let's hope Ashen Iron begins to strike a balance in that sense. Anyway, that's it from me now. Don't forget to subscribe, do whatever YouTubers tell you to do, I guess, but don't feel obliged to, because I really just appreciate you watching this video and listening to my thoughts and discussing them below. But yeah, see ya.